This week, I had the pleasure of playing an entrancing game that had one of the most intriguing side-scrolling combat I've seen in a while. A fascinating and downright thought-provoking game that managed to entrap me in its stimulating and incredibly challenging combat with a storyline that looks straight out of a 90s samurai neon-style movie. The name is Katana 0, and I thought to share with you guys my thoughts on the game. Katana 0, a lone-developed indie title by Justin Stander, first released in 2019 for PC and Switch, later on Xbox in 2020, and now in development for mobile by Netflix Games, is a captivating game. Set in a dystopian metropolis, you follow Subject 0, a katana-wielding assassin with a unique ability to manipulate time. Working for a covert organization, each assassination contract reveals more about his forgotten past and constant nightmares. My first impression: it's heavily influenced by the retro 90s arcade style. From the music, pixel graphics, to the use of extinct VHS tapes, it brings back memories. The storyline, revealed through dialogue and influenced by your choices, is well written. You can either brute force your way by choosing the first option or wait for more options, often revealing deeper interactions and plot lines. The game is filled with quirky NPCs, from a therapist helping you decipher haunting dreams to a mischievous little girl lost in her imagination. Even the targets you're sent to kill question your purpose, adding to the game's mysterious atmosphere. It all reeks of a conspiracy, and I'm here for it. The decision-making during conversations encourages you to be patient and thoughtful, with rushed choices being more harsh and provoking. The gameplay is typical of a side-scrolling action title, with missions that are span an entire day, following a pattern, where you wake up in the morning in your not-so-flashy apartment, meet your therapist, discuss haunting dreams that cleverly show fragments of your lost past, take a very suspicious medication to make the pain go away, and receive your discrete contract. These kill contracts is where the game takes off. Divided into little segments, which you have to complete without getting hit, that is, you have to find ways to solve puzzles, avoid traps, and kill all the enemies without taking damage. This mechanic creates a very challenging atmosphere. You can cover up a lot of ground and just get one-shot by simple mistake. You also have the ability to slow down time, giving you time to think up creative ways to pass clear challenges. And believe me, you will find rewinding more times than you can count, except if you are already a pro-level gamer. The controls are pretty simple, though not the most responsive or smooth one out there. Netflix has that notoriety when it comes to their ports, with the movement button feeling a bit weird and off-putting at times due to its dual function of aiming and moving. To the right-hand side is a dodge, a dash //, and a time control button, which has a gauge, which is generously long. The combat is very flashy and very fast-paced, often requiring you to even slow things down in order to be able to catch your breath and think up the next move. There is even a parry mechanic that allows you to ricochet bullets back at your enemies. Speaking of enemies, there are of many types, each having their own unique ability and nature to them, from gun-blazing shotgun users to literal rock-throwing macho bouncers. As you dive into enemies, you have, like, a split second to complete the action, or they will kill you. It's been a while since I've come across a game that has genuinely satisfied me both in terms of gameplay and storytelling. I also had the chance to play Netflix's ported masterpiece, Death Door, towards the end of last year. The few complaints I had about that game were also minimal. Katana 0 boasts an art style that exudes a genuine love and appreciation for a particular gaming era and storyline. Right from the start, the game presents itself as a premium experience with a captivating story, engaging gameplay, and vibrant, well-executed graphics. It establishes a clear vibe and maintains it throughout. While I haven't finished the game yet, my initial impressions are extremely promising. The story is compelling, and even though the combat can be challenging, requiring me to replay certain levels multiple times, I didn't feel frustrated. The music deserves special mention, as it perfectly captures the neon vibe of the 90s. However, if there's one area for improvement, it would be the controls, particularly the movement controls, which feel clunky and awkward. I struggled at times to aim precisely at my enemies to fire projectiles. The slow time button is also a bit tricky to use. Additionally, the game doesn't provide a proper tutorial, plunging players directly into the story. While this approach works for this type of game, a brief tutorial could have helped with decision-making in the early stages. I found myself rushing through the beginning, often selecting the red options and missing out on potentially diverse interactions. Despite these minor issues, Katana Zero is a near-perfect game in my opinion. I would give it a solid 5 out of 5 astronauts. It truly deserves that title. So, what are your thoughts? Have you played it on PC? Are you planning to play it upon its release, or have you already tried it, given its availability in select regions? Let me know in the comments below. This is your host, P-Doc, signing off.